Hi everyone, today I'm going to be covering more basic type stuff. This time I'm going to continue from the last one, as well as give a bit of advice on faster progression, tests I personally use, and a bit of building and tuning advice to get through those boring career races quicker. So with the advice of the last video, you're probably doing okay, I imagine. You have a small collection of cars you like, or a small savings of credits. And now you want to know how to build them for something specific, or you want to try it in playground games but the lobbies you need aren't showing up to test it. When I was starting out, I already had a bunch of credits from doing the career mode, and I used to build a bunch of cars, one of each class, C through S2. Then I went and looked for lobbies. It's a lot easier than looking for one for a specific car. And if one showed up more often and I ended up using a car most of the time, I'd build another one for that class to replace it. With this method you'd probably need about 1 million credits in cars you already own and want to upgrade, or extra credits to buy some cars as well. It sounds like a lot, but if you work with the cheaper cars, it's not that bad. The rarest cars go for 20 mil each. I have all the non-DLC ones, I just don't know which ones are rarest. They're all special to me. But anyway, if you want to do that method but don't have the credits, I'm going to show you how to make a bunch fast. So for this, my friend Broken has let me borrow his account. All his credits were used building cars for my other videos, and it's not really fair to make him earn them all back. So I'm going to make him a bunch of credits and show you guys how I do it. And also a big thank you to Broken for letting me use his account, and just for helping me out with everything in general on the channel. So for starters, I went through all his cars, and anything that was marked new that wasn't common, I went to the skill tree for and got all the XP points out of it and forzathon points, as well as a couple of wheel spins. I won't show every car, but he had a lot of points from us going out drifting, so I started there. If you want the quickest way I know to get those, check out my car mastery video, I'll go over it in there. But after this and opening the wheel spins, I had a total of 437,000. Then I went into the message center. I had uploaded the Maverick tune a day before, and you got a couple of 100 credits from that. Press A on Xbox or X on PlayStation to collect them here if you do go this method. Then I claimed the gift cards and did their car mastery and stuff. And then I collected his accolades. There's no credit rewards here, but sometimes there's cars and clothing. After that, I used a small amount of credits to build a car for festival playlist challenges that reward wheel spins, and did those. And also, if you haven't started the festival playlist yet, you could probably start those if you wanted to. I have a video going over that as well if you wanted to watch that. So after that I had 500k and 6 wheel spins. Open them up and that brings us to 800k with new cars as well. Now I'll go over a few building things. So when you're working with the lower classes, especially racing games builds, leaving things like brakes and using those extra points on things like weight reduction or power will probably help. The way I explained it to Broken, even though he said it doesn't really make sense, is the car already comes with things like brakes and tyres, you're just making them better. So for example, fully upgrading the brakes on a B-class car that isn't really that fast anyway is just a waste of points, unless you need braking more than power. This applies to a lot of different parts, like street tyre compounds and stuff like that. It already comes with tyres if it's not super fast, you don't need full race tyres. And I would also recommend taking it around the block once you think it's done, just to check that it actually still brakes how you want and stuff. In my tuning menu video I go over how to build low class cars, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. And other than that, it's just building to what works best for your driving style. Another way I could have used to make credits is selling cars on the auction house, but unless someone buys it out, it takes at least an hour, so I didn't bother with that. But if you put them up before you jump off, you usually have an answer next time you jump on. Another good way to earn credits if you have the time and find it fun is spending a day in drifting games lobbies. This is what I did when I started collecting specific expensive cars and needed 20 mil at a time. You earn about 1 to 1.5 mil over a whole day, and if the lobbies are good, you'll have fun at the same time. To be honest though, the lobbies need some work. They need to separate them a bit more. Everything's kind of random at the moment. But yeah, that's another way. And also there's obviously other game types, but I never really mess with them. And that's the best ways I know for making credits. Now I'll show a few tests to get used to how cars handle in the games. So first we have the handbrake test. Go to an open area and drive forward. Let go of the accelerator and hold the handbrake. And don't steer or anything, just get used to how the car swings around when you hold the handbrake. Once you got a bit used to that, then try apply it to the start of a corner. Then once you're used to that, go back to the open area, do the same, go straight and handbrake. This time try control it with the steering to keep it straight or angled. The goal is to figure out where you can control it and where you can't. Then go back to the corner and try handbrake round as much as possible at different speeds. And that's my handbrake test. This and making my own courses in my head while waiting for games to start is how I learned to incorporate handbrake to avoid things instead of braking, and this can apply to both on and off-road cars. And last one for today is the accelerator test. For this you're going to want a very overpowered car. I'll upload an example tune. It is all-wheel and built for off-road. Then from a stop, accelerate fully and switch to second without letting off the accelerator, and the car's probably going to pull to one side. I'm not sure if it's actually true, but I assumed it was because the engine had so much torque that it was pulling to one side. Probably not the case, but anyway, it's a good learning thing for driving high powered cars and also for getting rear wheel drift cars off the line properly. I have more tests, but I'll call it there for this one, and I'll share some more in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to like this if you think other new players will find it helpful too, and I'll see you guys next time.